Hi, this is Tony.
This is Paul coming at you from the Friends for Life podcast.
And we're go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Friends for Life podcast. Thanks for tuning back in here on YouTube. If you can, help us out. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. Today, our special guest is Tim Menke. He is the executive director of Lott Industries, and he shares some really awesome stories about his career in the disabilities field. And he shares a little bit also about his background coming from construction, trucking, and construction sales, which is interesting to get into the disabilities field, but you'll hear about that more on the podcast, so let's dive right into it. All right, so Tim, welcome to the Friends for Life podcast. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come join us from your offices at Lott Industries. So before we dive into, we like to get into some heavy issues later on, you know what I'm saying, about the field and all that fun stuff. But before that, we really like to figure out your history of how you got into working in the disabilities field, maybe as a young man, maybe not. It's all a mystery. So we're here to find out.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. So I was actually a construction guy. I sold construction equipment, call them big boy toys,
Nice.
backhoes, bulldozers, things of that nature. And wasn't looking for a job. I actually saw the ad for Lott in the Toledo Blade, which is weird because I never read the wanted ads, but for some reason this day I did. And I saw that they had a job for a sales manager. So I thought about it and prayed about it, and I'm a person of faith, so I really felt God calling me to this. So I prayed for obstacles to be thrown up, because I went and met with the Lott team, and they were just wonderful people. The industry, as you know, Tony, is awesome,
Yes,
serving the
very
people
much.
with disabilities. But to leave what I was doing, to take the pay cut to come to do this, anyway, I just felt called to it, and God led me to it. So.
And that's what we do. I have to tell a lot of people. The pay cuts are tremendous.
Yeah.
Especially going from what you went from. Have you ever heard of Truck Tunes?
Truck tunes, no.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
man. Awesome music that my kids used to listen to growing up.
Yeah.
And it has all of the construction property, fun songs and all that. It's just a quick plug for them because it's like, you'll see people. We'll send you some links.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So is this how many years ago are we talking that you switched careers?
This was in 2013, so I'm on my
Fairly
ninth
new.
year. Next year will be 10 years with Lott.
So you moved up pretty quickly then. You went from sales to now you're the CEO?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a small nonprofit, so don't let titles impress you by any means. But no, I feel privileged to work with the group of people we do. I mean, we're a larger organization. We have probably 70 staff, serve about 150 people. But you know, I look at myself as the top servant, and
There
I
you
think
go.
my staff would say the same thing, that I do anything. So
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
Tony's well aware of that.
Yeah.
I know how that rolls. Well, tell me, because a lot of industries used to be my stomping grounds back in the day.
Yeah.
I put in a lot of service to a lot of individuals. That's where I really, I think I came into myself as being a learner of this field because I was on the stat team. I did every event possible. I was always trying to put my hand in something to be helpful. So what I want to say is, do you really think when you go to work that the difference is still being made? Do you feel as if your individuals and your staff are still making a difference in people's lives?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you have days where you're like, are we making a difference?
Yeah.
But most of the days, no. I mean, you see, well, you fall in love with everybody that you serve.
Right.
And all the people at Lott, one of the things I want to do is get them all know them by name. So when I walk through, it's not just, hey, buddy, or hey, how you doing? Know them personally. And to see them grow over the years,
Yes.
it's a day-to-day thing. But, yeah, absolutely. I think anytime that we help the people that we serve and just love on them, and you're making a difference. And
Yeah.
hopefully that's a ripple effect to their families as well.
Amen.
Absolutely. And how long has Lott been around? Because, I mean, growing up, when I was a little kid, my grandma worked there, and I remember going in there and just, like, she'd take me around. And at the time, like, to be honest, I was kind of scared. Because everybody wants to, like, hug you because you're a little kid. And I'm just like, I still have vivid memories. So now that I've ended up, full circle, I'm working here with Tony back in the disabilities field. It's kind of like a life-changing event. So not to derail, but that's a little story I had.
No, that's awesome. That actually reminds me of, we've been around for 65 years, to answer your question.
It's a while.
But the fact that everybody wants to hug you, and your question, do we make a difference in their lives? We always say they actually make a bigger difference in our lives.
Ours, yeah.
Every day you go in, they're teaching you something new, and it's how to not have any filters, and how to be kind and be nice, and voice your opinion, right? In an unfiltered way. But.
Well, when back in my day when I worked, Lott Industries and the Lucas County Board of DD, they were kind of merged. And then Lott Industries went and privatized, which is what you are now, and you go by Lott. When that process happened, was there a lot of change? Was there uncertainty? Was there anything that you guys had to fight through to even still be considered an entity?
Oh yeah. Yes to all the above. We at that time served about 850 people when we were partnered with the Lucas County Board of DD.
Yeah.
So Lott actually existed before there were county boards of DD, and but when that time came around and they partnered for probably about 40 years, it kind of became one entity. So buildings, assets, all of that stuff kind of became mixed together. So when we separated, it was challenging. Thankfully I had Deb Yenrick, and she was really good to work with. I liked her because she's tough. Just from my construction days, I think that's why we probably got along so well.
There you go.
And she told me how it was, and I told her how it was going to be, and we parted ways well. But it was hard because a lot of people didn't know if Lott was going to continue on. They were nervous about the future. Families were scared. But we made a very peaceful transition. We reassured them that we're here for the long haul. And I think the last 4 years have proven that we're doing just fine, and we're here for. But it was tough. It was a tough process.
I can bet.
Anything like that is never easy. I mean, even just us switching podcast studios was a pain in the butt. I can't even imagine having to basically unmerge an entire entity from a state body or whatever. I don't know right terminology, but that sounds like a huge pain. I also, believe it or not, came from construction a couple jobs ago, I'll say. And I always just tell people, if you want to learn how to deal with people, go work in construction, because yes, customer service is hard. Customer service can be very demanding, but construction, you're dang near on the verge of fist fights sometimes. It's rough going. It teaches you, it gives you some gusto when you're coming up. So that's encouraging. And I mean, are there any lessons that you kind of feel like that you've to work your way up into being a CEO? Is there any kind of like lessons you've taken away from the construction field? Because this, like I said, that's not an easy place to be sometimes. Yeah.
I probably should have gone back further. I actually started in the trucking industry.
Oh, that's even worse.
So I was Roadway Express for 7 years. Loved the Teamsters, but managing can be the same as somewhat being in the ED industry for sure.
Yeah, I bet.
But I don't know. I think our industry, you need. The old school, a thick skin, but you do. You got to be tough, so to speak, but with a soft heart. So I think my faith kind of helps me with the heart portion, loving the people that we serve. But our industry, with different viewpoints, with county entities and state entities, and it can be tough. So.
Yeah.
thick skin from the
Yes,
construction
absolutely.
industry helped.
So what's kind of the direction Lott's headed in nowadays? I mean, we've all had to do some pivoting here and there, but like we've kind of been steering away from COVID and such. So since we're starting to kind of crest that hill,
Yeah.
what's your guys' plan for the future?
Yeah, like are you guys
Yeah.
at least back capacity level? Like are you back to 100%, 50%, 75?
Yeah, now we're probably at 70%, I would
Okay.
say. So before COVID, we served about 250 people. Now we're at 150.
Okay.
And that's about where we're going to stay, I
Gotcha.
think.
Okay.
It's a comfortable level. We have transformed completely. So up until March of 2020, when COVID hit, we were still pretty much a sheltered workshop, just like we have been for years. We were starting to do some HPC things. We were partnering with Habitat for Humanity and helping
I heard
individuals
about
get
some of
jobs.
those things, yeah.
So we've been doing some really cool stuff to get away from that. But when COVID came, we thought what a great opportunity to completely transform.
Yes.
So we had almost 180 people working at piece rate work. Now we only have about 55 or 60, so we kind of
Woohoo,
completely
nice.
flipped that. Yeah.
Good.
Very good.
And we know it's a long transition because some of the people, they've been doing that for decades, and
Yeah.
they're used to that. So instead of just turning that faucet off, we're trying to do it slowly over time and then get them to community-based activities, community employment.
There you go.
But our services are very person-centered now. We have adult day services and vocational habilitation for people who want to work. Teaching them, basic habits and work skills and what a boss is going to expect.
There you
punching in and punching out. We do math, we do reading, we do all kinds of things, and then we still let them work as well. So it's been a really neat transformation. And then the front part of our work floor is a community employer now, so nobody's on a waiver. Everybody earns minimum wage.
Wow,
And,
nice.
we took 28 individuals who were working piece rate, and we hired them as lot employees. So they make
Perfect.
They've been making more money than they ever have in their life right now.
I
and
bet.
it's-
And oh
it's
man,
good.
that's
and their confidence level is you see a difference in them, and it's good.
I
It's
bet,
good
man.
stuff.
Good job, Tim. You guys are rocking it. Hey, what kind of contracts do you have right now? Because back when I was there, I mean, I've seen everything from Ritz come by to Jeep parts,
Yeah.
all over. You guys got any special contracts now?
Yeah, we do work for Canberra, which is Lysol and Clorox. A lot of bottling projects. We work for Marathon, Specialty Products in Bowling Green.
Okay.
Impact Products, Clamps Incorporated, Anderson's. We have about 50 different industries that we work
Wow.
in. So any given
Nice.
day, we have about 20 to 30 contracts going on the floor.
There you go.
Which is really cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
we used to be all Ford and some Jeep. And then when they left town in 2008, we diversified quite a bit.
That's good.
So it's lots of opportunity.
I remember when I was a kid, I went there. I think you guys were doing a lot of paper shredding, maybe, or
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
remember paper everywhere. I was like, "What is going on over here?"
We still do
pit?
that. Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, we still do that. We have 3 baling machines, so we probably pump out about 10 full bales a day. That's just pretty cool.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
It's funny because we had just read an article the other week about how, like, at a government level, they're even trying to start doing away with kind of like piecework and stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys are way ahead of the curve on that because they were talking about like a 5-year plan to
Yep.
get people up. So I mean, kudos to you guys for cutting that off right off the get go because that's really impressive.
Yeah. So as tough as COVID was, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
On that side of things. So. Yeah, we know it's coming, and there has actually been a bill passed in the House. Well, not passed, I'm sorry. It's been submitted by a representative. It will probably get voted on this year.
Yep.
And then it'll be, like you said, 5 years, it'll go away.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
As we always say, people, if you hear about it, know about it, go for it. Write to who you can. Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the disabilities field, a lot of the stuff that we've been focusing on lately has been like, trying to get more of a voice out there in this digital age. We are, we're kind of trying to be a digital voice for the disabilities field. And do you kind of, I don't know, where do you see things headed? Because there's still a long ways to go for like, especially rights. I mean, like just with the peace pay issue. I mean, that's been how many years coming, and then now you've got
decades.
And we've got a lot of other, bigger issues of just like human rights issues, and our goal has always just been more visibility, because it's no secret, nobody talks about this stuff, and like you get the news channels every once in a while with like a little feel good piece, but I mean, it's like people live this in their day-to-day lives. They have disabilities, and is there any kind of direction there are changes that you'd want to see made, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, a long-winded questioner.
Yeah, I don't know about changes. Culturally, I think that's the change. I don't know if you do that through the legislative process or if it's just done person-to-person, conversation to conversation. But all the businesses that we bring into Lott, give them tours, so much more before COVID. It's getting better now. People's eyes are opened in the general culture to how much people with disabilities have to offer, and their work ethic and their attitude. And even people that we've helped place in the community jobs, most employers are grateful for them. And we've had some good placements where they've been there for 10 years and longer. Just for employers to realize that there's I always hate to refer to them as a work pool or workforce, because that kind of makes them feel like assets, but they're not. They're people, but it's an overlooked group of people. So you talk about kind of like the last civil rights movement. I think it's people with developmental disabilities, and just getting our culture to embrace that.
I think we just said something exactly the same way not too long ago. See, great minds do think alike, people. I'm telling you.
And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of wheels turning. I mean, there's people talking about it, which is important. But one thing we try to get away from is just trying to make everything just this feel good story, because people with disabilities, they're just like you or me. And they talk about even language is such as like, behaviors. Like, when I get upset, when I have a bad day, you're not coming up to me and saying like, oh, Paul's having a behavior again. Like, no, I'm just having a bad day, man. Leave me alone. I got to work this out. So do you think that language change is affecting things? Because I think just like anything nowadays, it's just like the way you say stuff is just as important sometimes as the way things are
and
perceived.
the way you don't say things too.
Oh, absolutely. I think our, as you know, Tony, the county board is great to work with, but we work in a system that needs changed. I mean, even when things are sent out for people to request services, it lists all their disabilities, and I'm like, and I know that stuff is important, but you're right. The way you talk about people, we're doing something cool called vision boards at Lott, where each person, we're taking them in, and we've hired this lady named Ann. She's awesome, does art therapy, and she uses art and pictures, and she has a way of questioning people to really get to their heart, which goes beyond like an ISP meeting. And it's cool, and it takes all those borders that we put around people, or boxes or terminology, and makes it disappear. And then you really get to what makes the person jazzed up and tick. So that's what we hope to do. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely, man.
Dude, I think everyone should do a vision board. I mean, a vision board. I remember doing my first one when I was young.
What? I mean, I don't even know what that is. I mean, you kind of explained it briefly, but
it's just a picture of all your likes and your dislikes and your dreams, and
it's everything that you want in life. And now it'll vary in time, and it'll change. But like when I first did mine, of course, I had this, Holly Berry on there. I had, a Ferrari.
I think she was on mine as well.
Everybody wanted Holly. But it's that visual for you. Like now I've kind of progressed. What I do, I just take a marker and write my goals out on the mirror or something so I see them. But it gives you a sense of where you're going to go. So you have a visual of it, and it's effective. I truly believe, and that's a smart way to go.
And we try to cater it to a job. With employment first. I hate to say it, not everybody, our total focus shouldn't be a job.
No.
Because that might not be everybody's dream, but it does help.
Right.
Like
But
point out careers and stuff.
It also, where you're coming from with it, that's what you need to do. That's what you are. You're an employer and opportunity, and you give opportunity that way. That's where the collective comes together, and you and I talk. Hey, Tony, I'm seeing things. You know what, Tim? I saw that too. How about we do that at home now?
Yeah.
And that's where the collaboration changes versus just oh, we did a good job over here. Good luck to them over there.
Yeah.
We have to come together in order to have that full circle.
All right, let's do a vision board right now. Come on,
let's do one.
Yeah.
Somebody, we'll do anyone. Tim, you want me to go? I don't know what it is, so
Oh, well, okay. If
audio vision board.
I got a book right here, so
I can't read. Next,
it says, it says "Walk Away Wealthy," and guess what? I'll read it to you. So,
right.
boom.
The rest of the podcast is Tony narrating something about being wealthy.
I didn't know I was going to
away
get that today. That's
wealthy.
awesome.
There you go.
Everyone gets to walk away wealthy. Well, this is actually somebody who's I don't want to say soliciting, but hey, look, you get free advertisement right now.
Yeah.
I'll blur it out.
Yeah, right. It's got a good title though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, vision board. Let's see it. I want to see this. I want to see how this in action. Let's do it.
you know what?
Yeah.
Hit the link.
You kind of have it in here on the walls.
I mean,
I don't know if this is
in all
yours or
actuality,
Tony's, but
That's Tony. Football,
this is it.
Yeah.
sayings.
Optimism.
Family.
You see that
That's Tony's vision board right there.
Nice.
Boom.
That makes sense. Well,
Yep.
if you can see it, that's sweet. Mine's just like a bald eagle
There
chilling.
you like a lot of America and UFOs.
Heck
I
yeah.
only disagree with two things up on that vision board, but
look.
we won't talk about
I
that.
think he's talking about some Michigan apparel.
Am I gonna have to blur the one out behind you?
No, leave all that up.
I should be good.
Not gonna get any fights over it.
Oh man. Hey, guess what time it is, Tim?
I'm afraid to ask.
Rapid fire.
Oh no.
Now our rapid fire edition, I normally like it, so I wanted to spice it up a little bit. And this is the would you rather you.
It's like a what do you call that? Like a middle school game you play when you're at like a gathering.
Yep.
That's what it feels like right now. Would you rather?
So we're gonna see how this goes. If you are squeamish people, I suggest you not listen. Skip
He's
ahead.
getting wild with it. I don't even know what he's gonna ask at this point. He might be in
Okay.
trouble.
All right, Tim. Would you rather eat a pound of insects or drink 1 liter of blood?
Oh man.
I know, right? Difficult.
I know which one
Yeah.
I'd go with.
I need to. The thing is, people
Drinking's
do both.
easier than eating, but that's a crazy option.
Yeah, watch
If
Andrew
it wouldn't
Zimmerman.
affect me bad, I think I would drink the blood.
Yeah, you got to do
Just-
it quick.
And say, hey, it's tomato juice. It's tomato
There you
juice. It's tomato juice.
So you got to do it before it coagulates. If you do it,
Oh my goodness.
This took a dark turn real fast. Usually it's like, what books do you like?
yeah, we're expanding people.
Oh boy.
Okay, Tim.
I'm nervous for you, Tim.
Would you prefer to skydive without a backup chute or scuba dive with no extra tank?
Oh, skydive easy.
You would take that one. Have you ever been?
No.
No.
I like flying and stuff. I do want to try it someday,
Yeah.
but I scuba diving, going way underwater,
Yeah,
I'm claustrophobic.
I can hear
I've
at least-
gone skydiving and scuba diving,
Yeah.
and skydiving is terrifying.
Yeah.
I loved it though. It's like the biggest thrill. I mean, just launching out of an airplane into nothing. You're just like,
that. Yeah, I like the thought of both, but neither tickle my fancy.
scuba diving's fun. Scuba diving is fun.
Yeah.
I would like to get certified.
Yeah, snorkeling
It's
is
like
okay.
flying. It's like the closest you'll ever be to like legitimately flying. You're underwater and you're just like weightless.
That's what dreams are for.
Yeah.
No.
All right, last one. Would you prefer to fight a bull for 30 minutes or hug a beehive for 10 seconds?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a.
How fast of a runner are you?
Yeah,
I think
that's-
that determines your-
Yeah, I think I would take the ball.
Do you take the
I
bull?
do, because I think I'm agile enough, and You're kind of more in control than
I think
RVs,
if you watched
know?
Looney Tunes, you know how to get away. You just have to be very, very
Just don't
clever.
wear red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be in good shape.
Right.
Yeah, you're good.
Isn't it true that they're they're colorblind? Really?
I don't know. I think it's something
Yeah, I don't
about the
know.
red sheet just makes them angry.
I think again that's from cartoons. This is where we get all
I'm
of
not
our
a bull
information
expert, okay?
from.
Yeah.
We're just make disclaimer. We have no idea what we're talking about.
Nah, not at all. Google anything that you're not aware of. Google it, please.
So, Tim, are you a big reader by chance?
I am. Yeah.
You are. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good. That's one of our favorite topics.
Yes.
So, finally, some people are not into it, but what's your favorite type of book to read? Like genre, I guess.
Yeah. Well, most of what I read is like Christian books. So the Bible obviously is the big one for me.
Yeah.
A lot of good stories in there.
Yeah. The rest are just, things that teach you about who you are, in Christ and who you are as a person to keep the confidence going and keep plugging in life.
So he's into my type of books.
Yeah.
He likes me and not you. No.
Yeah.
But you don't like Lord of the Rings? Or
I've never been a big fictional reader. I haven't.
you two get along well then?
Yes. Like if I want fiction, I'd just go watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like that's what I need something that's going to change this brain. This thing is broken.
I know that feeling. What's if you got any titles floating around? Is there any good ones that you can think of off the top of your head? Because we're always looking for new stuff to get into.
Yeah, I like John Maxwell books, Max Lucado, Charles Stanley. I can't think of like actual titles because
They have
read
vast
too many of
catalogs.
them, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm big into like biographies. I'm a huge biography fan. I really enjoy. I'll get into some of the stuff like the genre is called self-help, and I don't like that. But it's just weird because it's like motivational kind of like business style books. I really get into that kind of stuff because working with Tony, you have to know about business because that's all he talks about.
That's kind of that's pretty much it, ladies. If you don't like talking about business, you're most likely not going to have more than a 10-minute conversation with me.
Yeah,
maybe we can get about 15 minutes with sports, but other than that, we need to be focused.
With so you guys have I believe it's a job fair coming up in the next few weeks, or you got some
open house. Open house. So May 23rd, Sunday.
What's going on with that? What's the
12:30 to 3:30? Just open house. Nothing big planned. We'll have a tent. We have a kitchen, like a full industrial sized kitchen at Lott.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is the kitchen still going?
Yeah, well, we release it. We rent it out to a company called Latin Cravings, and they make just delicious food. Like
Nice.
arepas and things of that nature. So they're going to be serving food for purchase to help them, and then people can just take a tour of what we do at Lott. We'll have vision. I'm on vision boards. We'll have smart boards kind of displaying the history of Lott and some of our old commercials and some of our current videos, facts about Josina Lott and the history of serving people with developmental disabilities. And that's about it. Just walking around, and a lot of our individuals will be there. They'll get to talk about what they do every day and share their heart with people. So it'd be cool.
Yeah, we actually plan on attending and trying to have a good time, rub some elbows and shoulders. And
There will be auction items that you can bid on, and
that's what I really plan on doing.
So.
Like I really plan on winning a whole lot of stuff, so people want to talk. Like, dude, why are you so lucky? I'm just like, that's just me.
Yeah, I think we need to start bidding on some more artwork. I mean, off camera, we're getting a little bare over here. Kind of looking a little naked in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been very, very, I guess, lazy?
That's one way to put it.
That's the best thing. When you start doing so much other stuff, you I guess pictures can wait.
Yeah, a little bit. But so as far as the history of Lott Industries, I mean, they've been substantially been around for quite a while. So where did it start? I mean, that's to be around for that long is pretty impressive. So
it started with Josina Lott. She was just a lady way ahead of her time, and in 1938 she noticed that a lot of the kids in her community, they didn't go to school like the other kids did. So she started her own school in her basement, and that grew to 20, 30 people. And then she realized, once she took their education as far as they could go, 17, 18 years old, then they had nothing to do. So she started cleaning diaper pails of all things, refurbishing them.
Wow.
And then that just grew into buying a building. And then she was a business lady. So she went out and found work for people to do. And it just mushroomed from, the 1960s, 70s, 80s on.
Yeah,
She was ahead of her time.
That's impressive because, I mean, it's hard to have a place last for 10, 15 years, let alone, I mean, many decades. That's pretty impressive.
When you look at the numbers just for new businesses, it's a 50% fail rate every year that you're in business for the first 5 years.
Yeah.
So,
and it is for companies that privatize too, like us. I think that's the going percentage for providers that survive.
Yeah,
So.
it's not an easy task at all. And that's why we always ask people to be respectful of the people who are not only employing you, but the individuals we serve or the reason that you have a job.
Yeah.
You have to look at that and be mindful.
Yeah, and with the it's a topic we've talked of quite a bit on the podcast is like the hiring crisis. So I mean, not even with just the disabilities field, but in general, there's a lot of stuff going on. Is that affecting you guys very often much, or is that kind of just with the way you operate? Is it not as big of a deal?
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We are able to keep up with production, but we are always hiring. So if 10 people came in today and wanted a job to work on the work floor, I could hire them.
All right, you got it.
And where we're blessed is we don't have a whole lot of turnover, which is unheard of nowadays. And so the people that we get, they like our company culture. We've been a top workplace 3 years in a row. I'm happy for that. I'm proud of that for our staff because that's something that they have more of an impact in than I do. And but getting people is tough. It is really, really tough.
How would you describe your company culture? I mean, that's a big thing. Like nowadays, that's like a huge part of what people are looking for in a job is company culture. So how would you describe Lott's company culture?
Yeah, family. We
That's a good word.
not that everybody gets along every day, but
Just like a family.
Right.
people are people. But there's a good culture, but we don't have a whole lot of. I've never been like a top-down manager. Everybody's just the same at Lott. Everybody has input.
There you go.
There's not a lot of hierarchy and that makes I think that makes a place a peaceful place to be.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
really does.
Don't always feel like you're looking over your shoulder and.
There's been times like if I can really do away with titles, like I hate titles and what are those sheets that I know we have
Resume?
them. No, not even a resume. Even though I used to hate doing a resume. Goodness.
I still do.
Is what you put for job description.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I personally hate a job description because I think it limits the more that you could do,
Right.
especially in our field of work. I mean, we're doing this for people. So having a job description of that, I feel as if it's almost misleading to what the end game is.
Our industry changes so much too. The job descriptions, you could rewrite them every year.
Man.
But that's good. That's showing growth, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was one of my stipulations when I started working here. I was like, can I please not have to write a resume? And Tony's like, all right. I was like, yes, because I'm so bad at it. I'm not a good resume writer. But before we wrap things up here, why don't you let people know kind of how they can learn more about Lott Industries and kind of where they can find you on the web or whatever, if they want to send you mail or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is lottserves.org.
Okay.
LOTT serves.org. Go there. We try to keep it as up to date as possible.
Yeah.
That's tough to do nowadays.
We know that feeling.
We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube page. So nice. I try to take recent videos of the people that we serve and things that we're up to, so it keeps it up to date.
There you go.
And then I always tell everybody, just stop in. We're at 3350 Hill Avenue. You can stop in anytime, any day, and call me and say, "Hey Tim, I'm here. you don't know me yet, but I want to take a tour of your facility, and I'm happy to do that.
Perfect.
Just stop.
Well, you'll be
Yeah.
seeing us in a few weekends. from
Yeah.
now.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
I'm glad you guys are coming.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time. You're gonna be like, why did we invite these people?
You'll probably win the big prize. I won't tell you what it is yet.
Oh,
You might.
look, stay
Would
tuned.
it look good in this room? Is that the?
Look, right?
It
It's a
would,
picture.
it would create nice aroma in the room.
Okay.
That's all
Oh.
I'll say.
We
Okay.
need that.
Yeah.
Tony's wearing natural deodorant. Me
Yes,
too.
yes.
So
I
that's
smell
not a
like
good sign
farts,
for us.
people.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you so much for taking
Yeah.
time out of your day to come and chat with us about disabilities. And we'll be seeing you soon, and we will help you promote the event because we're all a community here. We all want to
Yeah.
work together.
Yeah. Thanks for
Amen.
having me. This was fun.
Hey guys, from personal experience, a great place to work. So if you're looking somewhere steady and everything, please check them out. Lott Industries, everybody. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Tim.
Yep. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching this episode of the Friends for Life podcast here on YouTube. If you can, help us out. Go down below and hit that subscribe button. Also, click on that notification bell so you never miss a Friends for Life podcast episode. Before we dive into the end of the episode here, I just want to make a note that Friends for Life is hiring DSPs right now. So if you are interested, head over to friendsforliferc.com and hit our employment page on the website. And you could be working here with us, and maybe you could work in the podcast studio with us if you're lucky enough. Want to take a minute here to thank Tim for coming on and sharing his awesome stories with us from a career in the disabilities field. And if you haven't already, head over to the Lott website, lottserves.org, and check that out. And make sure, if you can, head over to their open house. Tony and I will be there. I don't know what we'll be doing there, but we'll be checking it out. So thank you all for watching. We will see you next week.